and welcome to the weekly writing vlog. Today is Monday, October 14th. Listen, weeks start on Monday. That's just, it's the law. So yeah, my stretch deadline is today, and I'm not finishing my book today. But if I don't finish this book this week, I am going to throw my computer into the ocean and myself into the sun. I have to finish this. I have to finish this week. I didn't get as much writing done over the weekend as I wanted to, and I forgot how long it takes to edit these fucking writing vlogs. Also, you remember last week I was working mostly on this section of 4 chapters, and those 4 chapters ended up being just under 5,000 words. Well, the next chapter, chapter 31, by itself is already over 5,000 words. It's currently at 5,400 words, and I'm guessing it's gonna end up at around 6,000. This one chapter is equivalent in word count to like the last 5 chapters, everything I did last week. And it's not just the next chapter, it's the next 2 chapters. Both of these chapters are gonna be over 6,000 words. And I'll ramble more about story structure later if there's interest in that. But for those of you wondering how the 27 chapter method kind of translates to these 34 chapters, I can tell you about that. Basically, the section I was working on last week was the darkest moment and the power within. And that's why I kind of see chapter 30 as an ending of sorts, because we hit that darkest moment and we're rallying back up, and now we're just entering the finale. Chapter 31 is all about action and the convergence of all the plot points. Then chapter 32 is the battle and the climax. And chapters 33 and 34 are the resolution. So it's like 6,000 words, and then 6,000 words, and then 3,000 words for the last 2 chapters. Like, I'd say the average chapter length is about 2,000 words, and then these 2 are just like the outlier monster chapters at 6K apiece. And the reason these chapters are like this is just for pacing purposes. I just think this chapter structure works the best for what I'm trying to do, pacing and flow and story-wise. But it could all change, who knows? This was supposed to be a standalone, so. But yeah, today's agenda is just working on chapter 31, which is what I did all weekend, and I'm still not done. And there are scene breaks in this monster chapter. Actually, there's only one scene within this chapter that still needs work, and it involves some like nitty-gritty world-building stuff, and figuring out exactly how to deliver that is the challenge. But we're getting there, and we're gonna get there by the end of this week. Or else. Or else what? I don't know. Or else I'm gonna be sad and I'm gonna yeet myself out the window. How's that? Okay, so it's Wednesday night now. Still haven't finished chapter 31. That's that. I do still think I'm gonna be able to finish this week because like most of the work I still need to do is in chapter 31. So once I finish that, like the final 3 chapters will be easier. But I am having some panicky feelings about books, so I thought I'd share those. You see, I'm kind of worried that my book is just broken, and not in a fixable way. Like, I feel like the problem is just an inherent flaw with the story I'm trying to tell. I mentioned something like this before, very, very early in the process of working on this idea. Like, I knew right away that there was a chance that what I wanted to do wouldn't work. Like, there wouldn't be a way to pull this off. And now that I'm almost done, I'm realizing that, yeah, there might not be a way to actually pull this off. It might not work. So, that's a fun panic to have. I'm also just really concerned about info dumping. Like, that is something that is fixable in theory. It's just the way the story is designed, a lot of this info can only come at the end. So it's just... So yeah, my book might be broken and the entire 3rd act is kind of an info dump. But all I can do is keep pushing through. Like... I'm at the end, I'm not gonna stop now. And honestly, a lot of this is probably just that I'm too close to it. Like, I need someone else to read this. Like, maybe I think it's too info dumpy and broken, but maybe it's actually fine. I can't tell anymore. I need to finish this so I can have another human read it and tell me if it's as bad as I think it is. Because being the only person in the world who has this story in their head, like, it's driving me crazy. Like, I can't talk about this book. Even friends who know the premise, like, they haven't read it, so they don't know if the world building is too info dumpy or whatever. I just gotta finish this book, gotta have another human read it, and then I'll reassess from there. That's what's gotta happen. I'm gonna go tackle chapter 31 and try to finish this stupid world building section. You aren't supposed to, like, do a ton of world building and info dumping and, like, introduce a bunch of new things at the very end of the book. Like, what am I doing? This book, oh, I'm having a great time. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I hope. Okay, so it's Saturday now. Hey, and I finally finished chapter 31. This chapter. So yeah, it hasn't been a great week for the writing. And that's not saying that I didn't spend a lot of time trying to write this week, because I put in the hours. It's just been not a great week for output, like both quantity-wise, but also quality-wise. Like, I struggled this week a lot, especially the last 2 days, which is why I didn't film much this week. I was too busy struggling and panicking, and meltdown seems like kind of a strong word, but not an inaccurate one. It's this chapter, man. This chapter is probably the one that's given me the most trouble from the very beginning. It's just such a pivotal section of book. I already had to rewrite it from scratch during the last round of revisions because my initial take on this just did not work. And my current take on this is better, but I still don't feel great about it. Another fun thing that I panicked about this week was the duology split. I do still think splitting book into two was the right move, but I started to realize some problems that developed because of that split. Mostly, it's what I was ranting about on Wednesday, about my third act being kind of info-dumpy. You see, in my original story, I had a reveal at the midpoint where we learned some new stuff. But then I split the book, and the midpoint became the finale of book one. So yeah, it kind of feels like there's a big-ass info dump right at the end, and I'm worried it's really overwhelming and jarring, and like it just kills all momentum and throws off the pacing. So yeah, I definitely need to do some more work on it, but chapter 31 is done for now. It's as good as it's gonna get for now. It's time to move on to chapter 32. And just the last three chapters. Look at these last three little post-it notes. So yeah, I think chapter 32 will come together a little bit better. I feel more confident about chapter 32 at least. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna finish my book tomorrow, which means this vlog is probably going up late. It's time to go write. It's time to go work on chapter 32, which I hope goes better than chapter 31. It'll be fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So it's Wednesday night, and I have a quick update. It has nothing to do with finishing chapters, and everything to do with letting someone read my work. I just sent the first 75% of book to a friend to read, and yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm really nervous, and I had to film a little update. It's kind of scary, but it's also what I want. Like, I'm so excited for someone else to read this book, and I think she's gonna like it. But yeah, mostly I'm just excited to hear what she thinks, and I'm excited that I get to talk about this book with someone else who has read it, because no one has read it. Yeah, okay, that's really all the update I have for you now. Just wanted to capture this moment, film a little clip of me immediately after hitting send on that email. Someone else is gonna read my book. Oh my god. How exciting and terrifying. Hello. Today is Thursday. It is October 24th, 2019, and I am going to finish my book today. Holy crap. Chapter 32 is done. Come to me. Chapter 32, done. It's done! And I am feeling so much better about book for so many reasons. Before finishing chapter 32, though, I did actually spend a couple more days working on chapter 31 because I wasn't happy with it. And I felt like I needed to do a little bit more to like get to a place where I was more happy with it. Part of my revision style is a lot of rereading what I've already done and like making very minor edits once I've already finished like the bulk of the actual revisions. And part of this is just because of my writing style, my revising style. Like because I write completely out of order, I have to reread what I've written over and over and over again so I like learn the proper order of things because it's all just chaos at first and I have to like learn how the story actually goes as I go. And I really just love reading my finished chapters. You know, like they're never totally finished. I can always find like a comma to move or swap out one word for a better word. Really minor stuff like that. I love that like nitty gritty polishing stuff. It's the middle part of revising where I'm like restructuring things that gives me the most trouble. But once we're like focusing on sentence level improvement, I love that shit. But yeah, all this to say that I spent some more time on chapter 31 and I refined it a little bit more and I'm much happier with it now than I was on Saturday when I finished it. Has it been that long? I think so. Ugh. I feel good about chapter 31 and I feel good about chapter 32. These two chapters are the longest and most difficult ones of this book because not only is this section like the climax of book 1, but there's also a good deal of like setup and establishing things for book 2 because it's a fucking duology, you know? There's just so many moving pieces. Like I have to conclude one book while setting up for the next one, and it's just like, who thought this was a good idea? Why am I doing this? What a ripoff. This was supposed to be a standalone. I'm fine. Actually, I'm really excited for the sequel. Like, really excited. I'm not mad about the duology thing because I love books so much. I love the story and the characters, and I'm fine that I get to spend more time with them. It's great, actually. But yeah, another big reason that I'm just feeling like so much better about the state of book currently. You know, last night I sent like the first 75% of my book to my friend Lexi, and she actually stayed up until like 3 a.m. reading it and sending me like updates and reactions as she read it, and it was just the greatest thing. And like this morning she asked about my character's Enneagram numbers, so I got to like tell her all about that, and I love talking about it, so I'm living my best life right now. I'm so close to the end of my book. Like there's no doubt I'm gonna finish today. I'm probably gonna finish in like an hour. Like there's minimal work left to do. That's why I'm confident that I can finish today, because like obviously if you've been following my journey through the vlogs, you know that more often than not when I set a deadline for myself, I don't hit it. But I'm sure I'm going to finish my book. It's happening today. I'm going to finish my book today. And I'm just so happy that I'm feeling this excited again. Like, I didn't really get to celebrate finishing that first round of revisions back in May. Like, it was very anticlimactic and there was no build up to me finishing because I was just like, oh, this is 2 books, so I guess I'm done with book 1. Fine. Like there was no anticipation and there was minimal celebration because I was still rebelling against the idea of a duology. I like didn't want it to be a duology. Like my entire mindset was just, no, don't be a duology. You're so sexy. It was just such a reluctant acceptance that it didn't feel like as much of an achievement as this does now. And I do still have work to do after this. You know, I'm going to get some feedback. I'm going to revise again. And then I'm going to try to get an agent. And we'll see how that goes. I don't want to think too much about that right now, though. But yeah, by the end of today, I'm going to have a completed, revised manuscript that I'm really proud of. And I'm so excited. I'm going to go finish it right. I'm going to go finish my book right now. I'm going to go finish my book right now. Okay, so I just finished chapter 33. Oh my god. Let's go to the wall. Oh my god, look at those 2 itty bitty post-its. Come on. Come on. 33. One chapter to go. Look at this last little chapter. One lonesome little post-it note to go. I'm moving on to the last chapter, the final chapter of the book. I'm starting to get like really emo. Like I'm gonna finish my book in like an hour. Within the hour, I'm gonna finish my book. I mean, I'm not gonna finish if I keep sitting here talking to you. I'm gonna go finish my book. Hi. Hey, how's it going? I don't know how to start this clip, but I'm done. I'm done with my book. I'm done with my book. I'm done with my book. And my book, it's done. My book is done. I had to put you on a tripod because like I don't trust myself to hold anything right now. So you stay there for a minute. I'm gonna go grab the post-it real quick. The last one. I'm done! Oh my god! Yeah, so it's Thursday, October 24th. It's almost 1 p.m. and my book is done. It's done. I'm done. I'm done. I mean, I'm not like done forever. Like I still have some work to do, but like this revision, this draft is complete and done, and it's done. It's done. It's done. My final word count is 79,845 words. I made it under 80K, just barely. I just barely made it under 80K. And while I did miss my stretch deadline last week, I'm a week ahead of my like hard deadline, which was Halloween. I finished a week early and right on my word count goal. So like, what? I feel like that new meme with Paul Rudd, you know, the whole, who would have thought? Not me. My book is done. My book is done. You guys, my book is done. I feel a lot of things right now. Like I feel really emo about finishing the book, but I'm also feeling just like super jittery and like hyped up and like really excited. Like I just feel like I have so much frenetic energy happening here right now that I should probably stop filming and like go scream into a pillow for a little bit or something. Actually, before I go scream into a pillow, I need to tweet that I finished my book. I would just really like some external validation right now. Like I've been working on this book so hard for the last year, and now I get to tweet about it, and then people will congratulate me, and that's why I write. That's obviously a joke. I write because I love this story so much. Like, I'm gonna start crying. I don't want to cry. I have to go to the grocery store later, so. But yeah, I finished my book, and I love it so much. Like, I love the story. I love the characters. I'm starting to cry. It's been a long time since I finished a book like this. Like, I've done NaNoWriMo a bunch. I've drafted, oh my god, many books. I want to say this is like the 10th book that I've drafted, but it's only like the 4th book that I've ever revised to completion. And the first 3 books I revised to completion were like way back in the day, like in 2011. So yeah, it's been a long time since I had a complete polished manuscript that I was willing to let other humans read. Speaking of humans reading my book, I am gonna go tweet that I finished my book, and then I'm gonna send it to a couple people to read. I'm pretty sure that when I send the rest of my book to Lexi, she's gonna read it like right away. So like she might finish my book tonight. Like by the end of today, there might be another human who has read my complete book. Like, what? I wrote a complete book that someone else is gonna read? I mean, she already read most of it. Like, I wrote a book. I wrote a book. I wrote a book. I wrote a book. Okay. I'm gonna go tell the internet that I finished book, and I'm gonna relax a little bit and like, just let myself feel all of these things, but like I want to feel them off camera. Don't look at me. And yeah, I'll be back in a little bit to close out this vlog better when I'm a little bit calmer, if that happens. We'll see. Okay, it's Saturday morning and I just finished editing the rest of the vlog, but I need to film a quick outro, so hey, how's it going? First update is that my friend Lexi finished reading my book and she didn't hate it. No, she actually really liked it, which was such a relief. I mean, her and I love a lot of the same tropes and story elements, so I had a pretty good feeling she was gonna like it, but then she actually read it and she actually liked it, and I feel like I'm way more confident about my book now that another human has read it and didn't hate it. And then the other thing that I wanted to say at the end here real quick is thank you. Your comments and support and encouragement and excitement over this project has just made this whole book writing thing like an incredible experience, and it's just meant the world to me that y'all have come along on this journey with me. I'm not gonna cry again. But yeah, I just got so many amazing responses to my tweet the other day when I finished my book, and I just really needed to film another little clip at the end here so I could like specifically thank you all for supporting me and for watching these videos. And yeah, it's been such a fun time writing this book and sharing the process with you. So thank you for coming along on the journey with me thus far. Still got a lot of journey to go, so you know, more vlogs are coming. And I want to do a book writing Q&A soon, so if y'all have any questions that you want to know about book that you think I might be able to tell you, like no spoilers or anything like that, but I don't know, if you have any questions, let me know. I might do a Q&A in the next couple days here. I'm probably gonna take the next week off of writing, but you know, November approaches, so not gonna be off the writing grind for more than a week here. But yeah, this video is too long, so it's time to end it right now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will have another video up soon, so I will see you then. Bye! I wrote a book. Oh my god, I wrote a book.